Obviously a very unusual week for the Wisconsin Badgers. A coaching change announced last Sunday as Jim Leonhard is the interim head coach for the remainder of this season for the Wisconsin Badgers. There is the business of playing the games, and the Badgers on Saturday made the trip down to Ryan Field in Evanston to take on the Northwestern Wildcats. We'll check out some of the highlights from Saturday's game, hear from some of the players. We'll check in specifically on this show with Chez Mellusi from Naples, Florida. His part of the world hit hard by the recent hurricane that pounded the Gulf Coast of Florida. And we'll also have our conversation with interim head coach Jim Leonhard. All coming up on today's edition of the Badgers Sports Report.
Skylar Bell wide left, Jim DK to the right, backs offset, Jackson Aker and Braylon Allen. Jack Escherbach to tight end, motions right to left. Mertz takes the snap and a play fake. Graham, good protection, throws over the middle, wide open. Skylar Bell caught it, touchdown Wisconsin. Graham Mertz to Skylar Bell, and the Badgers are first on the board here in Evanston. Ryan Helinski has Hull to his right. Helinski back to throw. Four-man Wisconsin rush. Helinski under pressure. Throws, and it's intercepted by Kamo'i Latu. He went down to get it at the 43-yard line of Wisconsin. 3rd and 5 for the Badgers at their own 48-yard line. The clock is at 8 as Mertz takes the snap. Three-man rush from Northwestern. Graham fires over the middle. DK the catch, landing left, 35-30. Jim Ray to the 20, 15 to the 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Jim Ray DK outruns the secondary. 52 yards, and it's 13-0. Wisconsin. Braylon Allen to the right of Graham Mertz on 3rd down. Graham takes the snap. Four-man rush. Mertz looking under pressure. Flush to his left. Mertz stays alive. Pop fly left side, end zone. Caught by Jim Ray DK. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Big time work again by Graham Mertz. He stayed alive and floats one to DK, and it's 20-0 Wisconsin. First and goal, Wisconsin at the 6. 3 receivers right, one on the left. Shotgun snap. Mertz looking to throw, sets, throws left side end zone. Caught by Jim Ray DK. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Have a day, Jim Ray. His 9th catch of the day, his 3rd score of the day, and it's 34-0 Wisconsin.
You know, I knew that I was going to have some opportunities coming the week. Maybe not as many as I was fortunate to get, but I want to take advantage of them that I got. I think I did a good job of that. O-line did a great job protecting. Graham did a great job of delivering the ball, so it was a good day.
Happy for that guy. I mean, I've seen all the work behind the scenes. I've seen spring ball, I've seen fall camp, I've seen winter conditioning, summer conditioning. So I've known what he's about, and he's ready to go.
Play fake, Mertz, back to throw, lines up. He's a deep right side. DK got it. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Here comes Herbert. He knocked it loose, and the Badgers will pounce. He's gone. Braylon Allen all the way. Another turnover forced by the Wisconsin defense. Oh, what work by Jim Leonhard's group.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org. And is brought to you by the Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors. BuildingWisconsinTogether.com. And by Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
When you've been injured, you need the hometown team on your side. Trust us to get you back in the game. Call Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. One call, that's all.
You'll hear things like, you're gonna need to see a specialist.
That what you have is serious, like really serious.
And then you meet them, your medical team.
With research and clinical trials and new treatments.
With better procedures that lead to better results.
Then it hits you, you're gonna be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Backed by popular demand, Hy-Vee drive-through flu shot clinics. Just follow the signs in your Hy-Vee parking lot to get your flu shot right from your car. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment or prescription is necessary. Drive-through flu shots are offered on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3 to 7 p.m. Or get your flu shot inside your Hy-Vee pharmacy at any time with no appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, you get a 20-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEAbenefits.com.
Injured? You need a team you can trust. Call Gruber Law Offices today, serving the people of Wisconsin for over 30 years. Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. One call, that's all.
Graham Mertz wide to the left with Bell in the slot. Braylon Allen, the Wildcat QB. As Mellusi to his right, Allen takes, fakes the handoff to Mellusi, wanted to throw, drifting to his right. Now Braylon throwing, and that is caught by Chez Mellusi at the 10, at the 5, touchdown Wisconsin! Braylon Allen, a touchdown pass to Chez Mellusi, and it's 27-0, Wisconsin.
Originally supposed to go to Keontae's on the outside, supposed to fake kind of like a crack block, and then go to the goal post. And, there was pressure, stepped up in the pocket, rolled out. I didn't really have he was my only read on the play, so I was rolling out and there was people coming at me, so I was just trying to see if anyone was coming open across the field before I had to throw it out of bounds, and Chez appeared right in the little window, so just try to get it to him.
Now 28-0, got to go here. 4th and 3 at the 13-yard line of Wisconsin. Double wide to the right. Helinski takes a snap, rolls off to his right, sets, throws right side, picked up by Kamo'i Latu up the sideline, 20, 25, 30. Latu bounces off a tackle attempt across the 35, up to the 39-yard line. Second interception today for Kamo'i Latu. The Wildcats had a good drive, but came up empty at the end of the half. Promising drive early in the third quarter, and putting together another drive here on this possession at the 39 of Wisconsin on 1st and 10. Pressure coming from Nick Herbig. He knocked it loose, and James Thompson Jr. is there to pounce. Nick Herbig came in clean as a whistle. Got the hit on the quarterback, forced the fumble, and James Thompson Jr. recovers. Another turnover forced by the Wisconsin Badgers defense. Mertz fakes the handoff, throws right side. Marcus Allen the catch inside the 5 to the end zone. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Marcus Allen, his first career score, and it's 41-7, Wisconsin.
Very first thing that I told him, so proud of what we handled this week, dealing with the emotions, being able to focus and get a win, right? It's all about one at a time. Just get one win at a time, and obviously that's very cliche, but we can't get too far ahead of ourselves. We know where we're at with our personnel and the injuries and what we have left, remaining in this season, so we got to stay the course.
That's one of the main guys that wanted me here. He believed in me. No one thought I could play outside linebacker in college football. Coach Leonard said you would fit right in here. We want you. That's been my guy since day one. He's always believed in me. He's always been transparent with me. It's always been eye to eye with him. And just sharing that first victory for him as a coach and being able to be a part of this team and be a captain for this team, man, is not many feelings like it.
Kind of keeping the focus on, that what we're doing is for Coach Chris, and this is still his team, so everything that we do going forward is for him. And I think he preached that all week, and that kind of motivated us a little bit, I would say.
Obviously, I'm sure he's dreamed of being a head coach, right? Got in a nightmare situation, he even said that. But, he's dreamed of that moment, so you're happy for him. And as a team, we needed a win. We needed to win bad. In my opinion, this isn't a coaching change reason for the win. We just needed to play better, and we did today.
I think we're getting closer to it. I think we still left some out on the field. I feel like we can still be way better than what we were putting out. And, this was a good step in the right direction.
We just made the plays that we should have made in the past. And I feel like we were just more focused this week. We just knew we had some adversity to face, and we just locked in this week, and we made the plays in practice. So practice, make plays in the game. So that's really what the difference was. I feel like we had those plays before, we just didn't make them, and you just see the differences that we're making the plays.
You'll hear things like, you're gonna need to see a specialist.
That what you have is serious, like really serious.
And then you meet them, your medical team.
With research and clinical trials and new treatments.
With better procedures that lead to better results.
Then it hits you, you're gonna be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Backed by popular demand, Hy-Vee drive-through flu shot clinics. Just follow the signs in your Hy-Vee parking lot to get your flu shot right from your car. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment or prescription is necessary. Drive-through flu shots are offered on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3 to 7 p.m. Or get your flu shot inside your Hy-Vee pharmacy at any time with no appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, you get a 20-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver.
I could sit here and tell you about the whirlwind week, but you've probably heard that for Coach Leonard and the staff and most importantly, the players. As we visit now with head coach Jim Leonhard. Jim, as unusual as all this is, I've always learned in talking to players and coaches over the year, there's no better tonic than actually getting on the field and practicing ball and then playing the game. I mean, I would imagine you have found that, you and everybody involved, to be true. As much noise as there is, just to go out there and do what you love can go a long way in helping move forward here.
For sure, the message to the players is finding a way to compartmentalize the emotion, right? When you get out of the building, right, let's be emotional. Coach Chris meant so much to this team, right, as a staff and as players. You know, that safe space needs to be on the field, and we got to learn to turn the emotion off and play the game that you love to play. And it's very difficult to do that, you know, especially for young guys. But I love the response of this team. You know, that's what gives me the confidence, you know, moving forward, is the response of this football team to rally around each other, rally around Coach Chris, and move this thing forward. And we know we need to play better football, and that is the goal.
This is people who would watch this show are familiar certainly with your story here as a player and then your 10-year NFL career. I don't know if they know the coaches you have played for. Obviously Barry here, and then the NFL, and then with Paul, coaching with him here. What are the traits that stick to you the most about the best head coaches that you've been associated with? What do you try to carry with you now as you're in this role?
I would say number one message that I've tried to take from the head coaches I've been around is confidence. Right, players need to feed off of your confidence. It has to be genuine, it has to be real, and that leads to that second piece of you have to do it your way. I've seen so many coaches in this business try to do things somebody else's way, stealing personalities. If it's not real, the players will see right through it, and they don't feel it, they don't connect with it. So that's my goal, is to be myself, to show them confidence in what we're doing as a team, right? Show them confidence in who they are as a player and how they're growing. And you know, if they feel that from me, I think we have a chance to be successful.
When this is a different question, bear with me here, but when Coach Gard took over for Coach Ryan, it was the middle of December in 2015, and it was semester break, the equivalent of a bye week. They had a little time, catch their breath, and then Greg was able to implement a few changes, a luxury that you obviously don't have, but you just try to turn that around and say, all right, there's not a lot of time to think here. We've just got to make decisions and go. So like overthinking, you couldn't do it if you wanted to, I suppose, right?
It makes things a little easier, right? We don't have the luxury of sitting back and spending a lot of time on big fixes. It's very much day to day. It's very much week to week at this point of what are little things we can change maybe to help this program in the here and now, and eventually we can start to get to some of the different issues, some of the ideas. You know, being an assistant coach, it's easy to have ideas, right? Now, potentially having the decision-making ability to change it, we will get there, right? I'm not concerned about that at this point, and there are so many things that I love about this football program and university, and then there are things I think we can do better, and that's my challenge kind of in this position, to hear from a lot of people and find the ways, what are the quick fixes and what are some things that maybe down the long term that we can adjust to help continue to grow.
We talk a lot, I hear coaches talk a lot about correctable errors. I mean, we visited before camp started, and you've got a good athletic defense. You got some younger guys, to be sure. Offense, good guys, good talented guys. As you look at this, do you see a lot of the things going on as correctable? I mean, sometimes the other guy's just bigger, faster, stronger. But there's a lot of pretty fixable things as you view this team moving forward here?
Yes, I think the majority of our mistakes are correctable. You said there's talent that comes into play at times, but I feel like the majority of things that we are making mistakes on or inconsistencies in our play are correctables. And, we kind of the messaging from myself going out at the beginning of the year is we have a lot of guys we got to learn about, right? And now we have a resume. So some of the things you learned you love, and other things not so much. So it's finding a ways, because the group's not changing, right? We have our guys for the season. What's the best way to help them as we continue to go through the season? What's going to give them confidence? What's going to allow them to play their best? That's our job as a staff with any group, right? But especially with a young group, because now you know more about how they handle big situations. You know how more about how they handle adversity, and you have to be able to adjust to give them the best chance to win on Saturday.
Final question. I'm sure people will offer a lot of advice, people you know, and maybe others maybe you filter a bit. But your own career, a tremendous playing career, college and in the NFL, but there probably were bumpy times, right? And you go through things in the NFL level where you feel like the sky is falling. Could you draw off of your own experiences in this game? I know this is a different role, but you've lived through a lot playing this game. I would imagine that's helping you right now as well.
Yeah, I have to lean on my experience, and it's not, this position experience, but I've been through a lot of adversity and seen a lot of different situations throughout my college and NFL career, and I have to draw on that and will do that. But the hardest part is staying motivated and staying focused when it feels like the walls are caving in around you, and understanding that sometimes you got to take a step back and take the emotion out and realize you're okay, you're safe, you're okay. And we've tried to do that with the players, tried to do that with the staff, and myself. I think every day it's just finding those moments to step back and be like, all right, we made it here. We're halfway through a Wednesday, and I'm excited to continue to grow. I'll make plenty of mistakes. I know that. I'm very real with that, but I'm going to use the resources I have around me. I'm going to communicate with a lot of people, and we're going to try to make this thing right as fast as we can.
All right, Badgers head coach Jim Leonhard. Stay with us. We have more to come as we continue with this week's edition of the Badgers Sports Report.
These are operating engineers. They operate top-of-the-line, innovative machines and build stuff that matters. And operating engineers are well paid. They even get paid to train. As an apprentice, you can make $56,000 a year from day one during training. No school loans and no debt. When your training is complete, you'll have a stable career job that is high skill, high tech, and high pay. We need operating engineers right now. Your future can begin today.
My favorite breakfast is Odyssey yogurt. I asked Mommy where it comes from, and she took me to a dairy farm to learn all about milk and, most importantly, cows. Wisconsin cows are definitely the happiest, which means they make the tastiest yogurt. My favorite is blueberry. What's your flavor? Support your local farmers. EIEI Odyssey.
Well, in the course of a football season, a lot of things can happen that no one predicts. And certainly some of the things going on with the Wisconsin Badgers here in recent days or weeks. But there's also the fact that these guys are human beings and they have real life things on their mind. And with that as a setup, we welcome Chez Mellusi to the program from Naples, Florida. And I mention that because obviously with what has happened here recently with Hurricane Ian tearing through the Gulf Coast of Florida. Chez, Naples, I was asking Coach Christ about this a few days after the hurricane hit, how things were going for you. Let's hear it from you. How tough is it back there right now?
It's tough, hurricane season, everyone kind of prepares for it, but you never know exactly when a hurricane's going to get or how bad it's going to be. And this one kind of went through pretty rough. A lot of my friends, family members, they went through some storm surge and their houses got lost. So it's pretty hard.
It's hurricanes. People who live there, they say that's part of the deal when you live in the state of Florida or other places that get hit, but yet you're going to school, you're playing football, and all of this is going on. What was that week like for you, just being in contact with people back home?
I mean, honestly, it's been a tough week. Like, there's been a lot of change-ups, a lot of things going on, and the hurricane came through. Most of my family actually left. They didn't want to deal with it, so they kind of went, in different parts of the states. But my dad stayed. He has a restaurant down there, so he kind of wanted to stay, make sure everything was okay. But it was tough, mentally, wondering, is my house going to be okay? My friends that are down there, my coaches, just making sure that everyone's okay. So, I mean, it's been definitely pretty tough.
A lot of guys on this roster from the state of Florida, but most of them are Atlantic side, so maybe more of a glancing blow, I guess. But does it help just to, some guys down on this team who are down there that kind of know the drill of what it's like in this hurricane season?
Yeah, me and Chaney Jake Chaney are kind of from the same place. He's from Lehigh, Florida, Naples. They're not too far. He's kind of near Fort Myers. So, we were talking, making sure that I was like, hey, how's your family doing? Like, if they need anything, like, my family can help, or he told me the same thing. So, that's just kind of it is. It's like you said, Florida, it's like risk reward. It's nice, but, that hurricane season comes, anything can happen.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful area. I've been there many times. So is it when stuff like that goes on, and obviously the things here with the program too, I've always been of the belief that with everything swirling, that the sport itself can be therapeutic, right? When you're out there practicing and all that, it's got to be a great chance for you. It's an escape and go about pursuing your passion.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't know where I would be without football. I think I'd have to take on another hobby, but to be able to, come out here, step on the field, and just kind of like not think about anything else. But, football, it's honestly been the best thing for me in my whole life, honestly, not just this past couple of weeks, but, before that, when I have something going on, you can step on the football field and just kind of, like you said, it's super therapeutic for me.
And for you to get back on the football field after, the injury last year, and I know you got yourself bulked up, and we saw you in the spring where you were doing the double take, so you were obviously someone, as tough as that was, as much of an emotional blow, you didn't pout. I mean, like you got back into the weight room as fast as you could to get yourself ready for what you're doing now.
Yeah, I mean, and that's all I could do. I told myself, just control what I can control. And, a lot of things are out of my control right now. Hurricane happened, situations have happened in this program, and they're all been out of my control. So, I just try to do what I can and control what I control and just keep going about my business.
The thing about this team, and I can only tell you from the outside looking in, or only make this observation from the outside looking in, is that you guys have a pretty good bond here on this team. Stuff happens and stuff that sometimes you don't like, if it's life, if it's football, but it seems like the bond is there to help pull you guys through and make the best of everything, right?
Yeah, I definitely think so. We have some great leaders, and I think, like you said, everyone's family on this team. So, like, we've definitely going through a tough patch right now. So, I think it's bringing us closer. So, I mean, I couldn't be thankful enough to have those guys in the locker room.
All right, that's Badgers tailback Chez Mellusi out of Naples, Florida. We'll take a break. We have more to come as we continue with the Badgers Sports Report.
These are operating engineers. They operate top-of-the-line, innovative machines and build stuff that matters. And operating engineers are well paid. They even get paid to train. As an apprentice, you can make $56,000 a year from day one. During training, no school loans and no debt. When your training is complete, you'll have a stable career job that is high skill, high tech, and high pay. We need operating engineers right now. Your future can begin today.
You'll hear things like, you're gonna need to see a specialist.
That what you have is serious, like really serious.
And then you meet them, your medical team.
With research and clinical trials and new treatments.
With better procedures that lead to better results.
Then it hits you, you're gonna be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org. And is brought to you by the Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors. BuildingWisconsinTogether.com. And by Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
Our thanks to Chez Mellusi and, of course, interim head coach Jim Leonhard for joining us on today's Badgers Sports Report. The Badgers back on the road next week, making the trip to East Lansing to square off against the Michigan State Spartans. Talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
This has been an exclusive presentation from Learfield.
Backed by popular demand, Hy-Vee drive-through flu shot clinics. Just follow the signs in your Hy-Vee parking lot to get your flu shot right from your car. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment or prescription is necessary. Drive-through flu shots are offered on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3 to 7 p.m. Or get your flu shot inside your Hy-Vee pharmacy at any time with no appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, you get a 20-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEAbenefits.com.
My favorite breakfast is Odyssey yogurt. I asked Mommy where it comes from, and she took me to a dairy farm to learn all about milk and, most importantly, cows. Wisconsin cows are definitely the happiest, which means they make the tastiest yogurt. My favorite is blueberry. What's your flavor? Support your local farmers. EIEI Odyssey.